That's right, guys. Kilphe is already here, and that's the video. We're going over this brand new unit, the Staff Mage. She was Magician in JP. I know a lot of you players out there were looking forward to her. She did come out just after Warrior of Lights here in the Global as well. So let's get into it. Let's get stuck into this video for you guys. She is Kilphe. She's going to be a very powerful, supportive, damage-dealing character. She also has a lot of solid answers to the evasion meta because she has basically two different versions of Holy. She's got two different skills that cannot be dodged, and they are going to be a mainstay, powerful part of her kit. So let's get in here. Main job, Staff Mage. Sub-jobs here, Spellblade, as well as White Mage for your more supportive aspects in her kit. Her TMR here is a little interesting. It's the Staff Mage's Hairpin. It's an accessory, 201 HP, 8 defense, 15 crit hit rate, and then the TMR skill on it is called Treacherous Pride. It's going to do two very unique things. It's going to increase your attack resistance, okay, by 45 for 3 turns, but decrease your area resistance by 25 for 3 turns. So this is going to actually reduce the damage that you're taking from single target attacks here by 45%, but it's going to increase the damage you take from area of effect skills by 25%. So it's a little bit of a give and take there. If you're running into a lot of characters in the arena or PvE scenarios, monsters that do single target damage, right? They only have skills that can hit one unit at a time. This is going to be a very powerful TMR for you there. But if you're running into people who are using both area of attack and single target damage, this could be something you might want to leave out of your builds there, and we will have a couple example builds for you here with Kilphe at the end of the video. Her master ability here is increase HP by 20% and decrease activation time of her skills by 200 CT. That is another thing about this character. She's a very bulky mage as well. So let's get in here. Let's check out her HP, her stats, all of this good stuff. She has a fair amount of health here, 1165 from her job stats, 973 from her unit stats, 90 more on the board there. She also is going to be gaining access to defense and spirit, and her resistances are quite nice as well here. She has 15% slash resist, 15% missile resist, and 10% magic resist. She's only weak to piercing and striking damage. She's negative 10% to each of those. So that's one of the best things about this character. She resists the damage type of the 3 most popular damage types in the game right now. She resists lightning by 20%, and she is weak to wind by 10%. She can wear obviously rods, hats, clothing, and accessories as well. So let's go look at some of her skills here. For her supportive options here, for her passives, we have 30% magic up, we have 12 defense, we have 12% magic resist tied to 12% lightning resistance, and you can also have the nullify doom there. I am going to expect a lot of players out there to be doing the magic up 30% and the defense up 12 as well. This is going to help you counter pretty much a lot of those physical damage dealers out there, but if you want a more tanky roll against all of the damage types out there, you do the defense as well as the lightning resist and the magic resist as well. So very strong options there. Now her counter as well for her reactive commands here, we have anti-barrier, 20% proc rate. It's going to reduce the damage she takes by all damage types by 30% when this activates. So this is pretty much sword guard. It's like a tanking reaction command. This is on a offensive damage dealing character. So very, very strong there. But if you want to have Magic Guard up here, you're running into a lot of just straight up magic damage fights. She has the ability to reduce magic damage by 45% with her reactive command as well. Then there's always the Regenerator, which I think is the worst out of the 3 here. You have the chance to give yourself regen for 10% of your max HP every turn there. Now let's get into our main job skills here. You'll have access to these no matter where, no matter what sub job you have. These are her Staff Mage main job skills here. We have Earth Staff, 141% multiplier there, a little bit of a shorter range skill too, and then it's going to have a chance to just kind of boost up your CT so you have a little bit of a faster turn there, 25% chance to do that there. We have Wing Staff, which is a buff that you can cast on yourself here, which increases your move and jump by 1 for 3 turns. Then we have Shield of Staves, which is a huge thing for her. It's going to reduce the physical damage taken by 50% for 3 hits. So remember, this is a mage type character. She is out here with a tanking skill basically to go in there and reduce the physical damage that you're taking by 50%. She also has Energy Buster, huge skill. Look at this weird AoE. It's basically out in front. It's got a block AoE, and you can do it left, right, back, or to the sides, either way. And very strong. It hits 9 squares at a time. It's basically, you know, goes 3 out in front of you or to your left in any direction, but it's going to hit up to 9 squares there, and it has 100% accuracy. It's the same multiplier as Holy as well, 220% multiplier. Very strong, and this is Earth magic damage. Earth Staff and Energy Buster, Earth magic damage there. Her last main job skill here is Faith Rising, which is going to increase your faith by 6. So if you guys are pulling for this character, it's going to make it really easy to level her faith up, even if you haven't invested in Fina and things of that nature, to get that 97 faith, which is something that you're going to want on this character because she is a magic damage dealer. Now, she has 3 other skills that you can gain access to from sub-jobbing Staff Mage as well. We have Confusion Staff here, 25% chance to confuse. Not all that great. You have to be point blank with this. You might as well just be doing damage, and it costs 30 TP there. And the Faith proc for it, 25%, is not that high there. But we have Step in Magic here, which is pretty interesting here. It's a teleport slam attack. We've seen something like this from Warrior of Light. 3 range, panel target, 205% multiplier, Earth magic damage, and then it's going to teleport you to that panel. So very interesting sort of skill she has access to. She can get up in your face, right? You can use this to get up into a multiple enemies' faces, and then the follow turn, you can follow up with Energy Buster and hit a bunch of enemies that way there. She's a pretty close-ish range, but very tanky style damage dealers, which is very interesting. We haven't had a mage like this before. We also have Stunning Staff, which is Earth magic damage, 185% multiplier, 25% chance to stun for 1 turn. This is also relatively short ranged, 2 range there on this single target attack, and you could use this one to try to just eke out a little bit of cheese, get that extra stun in there. The reason that I like Stunning Staff over Confusion Staff is this actually does do damage. Confusion Staff is just a skill that you're going to be using an entire turn on for something that may not give you any benefit. You have to be point blank on it. Stunning Staff, as you can see here, it's just going to come in and it's just going to hit them for some damage, decent multiplier, and you have the additional benefit of stun there. Okay, so that's very interesting in her own right there. Now, Spellblade, we've seen Spellblade before. We have Bioblade, Stoneblade, which can give her a lightning killer. She also has access to resist magic from Spellblade, as well as a magic barrier. So if you do go Spellblade, not only are you going to have these effects, you are going to have the taunting spell. You could make her a tank. That's not really her job. She does have a lot of cool stuff out there, but it's not really her job. You're going to have access to better tanks out there for you guys. Just think of her as like a bulky damage dealer. But if you do go Spellblade, though, not only are you going to have magic barrier, reduces magic damage taken by 50% for 3 hits. Remember, you're also going to have the physical version, Shield of Staves, which reduces physical damage by 50% for 3 hits as well. So very powerful options for survivability here, especially if you want to go anti-magic. If you are looking for anti-physical, disregard Spellblade and definitely go White Mage instead. This is going to offer up a lot of utility for your characters here. We have access to Asuna, Kira, Cure, Protect, Raise, Shell, Curata, and then most importantly of all, Holy. Holy is going to give you another option for a 100% accuracy, non-dodgeable damage dealing skill, especially powerful in the arena. Why would you want a second copy of a non-dodgeable skill though for the arena? You're going to start running into, once Kilphe starts becoming more popular, people who are resistant to Earth. They're going to start stacking a little bit of Earth resist at, in the top end, and if you don't have access to Holy, they're going to be resisting a lot of your damage there. You might not even be killing them anymore before they, kind of swarm in on you if the circumstances permit. But if you have access to Holy, not only do you have a different elemental damage because this is light magic damage, not only is it going to be different, it won't be Earth, but it also is going to be light, which a lot of the characters out there, right, Shadow Lynx and Venera, off the top of my head, are actually weak to Holy damage as well, so this is going to hurt them even harder, especially if they're trying to stack up Earth resist. They're still weak to Holy resist, or if they try to stack up Holy resist, you're going to have the Earth resist one. It's going to be a good time out there for you guys, and she's going to have access to some very powerful supportive options here with single target, big Curata here, and then a little bit of AoE with Cura there. She also has access to Protect and Shell, which is going to reduce damage if she casts them on herself. By that that much more. She'll be able to put Cast Protect on herself, get that extra tankiness going on, and it's going to be a good time out there. Now we also have her LB here, Stab Collector, which is going to do very, very cool things. We've seen something like this with Medina, but Medina had Ice Imperil. This character has a magic resistance down. So 46 AP, decreases magic resist at max level by 38% for 3 turns, and it's a 200% multiplier there. It is fairly short range though as well with most of her skills. It is a 2 range skill. So she has access to all of this utility. Very, very, very strong character. If you guys have been looking for an answer, an easy access answer to a lot of the dodge units out there, this character is going to give you the tools to not only answer a lot of the dodge characters out there, but have and be serviceable in a lot of other team compositions based on everything else she brings to the table. It's that powerful for her to be able to answer dodge, but also be this super tanking magic damage dealer, which is a threat in its own right? You can't really get her off the board super easy. She's not going to be super squishy like Medina. She's going to offer up utility unlike Medina, and she has access to a lot of different buffs and damage mitigations and just damage in things of that nature as well. So as far as her builds go, so this is going to be a sneak peek, a little bit of a build, something we've been working on real quick here. As you can see, we have 4,029 HP, so pretty decent there for a mage if I say so. She starts off with 94 AP. She has 798 magic, 16 spirit, 38 defense, 81 agility, 252 dexterity, 253 luck there for you as well. She's going to be neutral on wind resistance, resists lightning by 20%, 10% fire weakness here, but she also is going to have 30% slashing resistance, 40% missile resistance in this build as well. And then she's also going to have 10% magic resist for you guys. So very, very cool thing for you guys to be looking at here. Weapon selection here, you can either use the +0 Sage's Staff, or you could also use the +5 Platinum Rod. This is going to be using the +5 Platinum Robe right now, as well as the Sacred Step here from Ayaka. You do not need these specific things. Basically, you just want something that keeps her a little bit tanky. Make sure you could have something with agility on there. If you want to change things up, Alexandrite Ring, very powerful piece of gear there. Sage's Robe, if you want to be anti-magic, is a very powerful piece of gear there. Things of that nature, and then some sort of agility accessory that's a TMR, or perhaps some sort of elemental resistance from one of the R units or the SR units if you want to go and stack elemental resistance against a certain damage type here. We're using Shiva here. This is going to give us the ability to kind of prey on those thunder units and also kind of prey on her weakness a little bit with the Wind Killer from Shiva here. So that's going to be very, very powerful here. And we're also going to have the Snow White Guard card for the extra 15% magic, or the 15% slashing and 50% missile resistance. We are going to have the 30% magic up as well as the 12% defense up. We are anti-barrier here, and it's making us look pretty good this way here. If you wanted to swap some things up, I think for personally my take on this character, if I was to go after something like this, I mean, this is even worse off, harder to get to, but we have access to Alexandrite Ring, which helps out a lot. Doesn't have any really tanky stats on it for you guys there, but it does have the 5% elemental resistances, which help out quite a bit here. And then if you want to go with the full anti-wind, you could have, if you have access to it, the Florid Hairpin to give herself that 70% attack and magic buff, and the Wind Killer for 1 turn there to really kind of crank up that Wind Killer. So she's going to have access to, you know, the 25% from Shiva, 25% for 1 turn from the Florid Hairpin. She's going to be on White Mage, so even though she's going to be an Earth unit, she's going to have an off element attack, right? So if you're attacking a Wind unit, you can go ahead and you can use that Holy and hit him with the Holy with 50% Wind Eater and just definitely blow someone out, and she'll have resistances to all the elements of the game but fire, and she'll be pretty tanky out there in a setup like this as well with that 30% resistance. There's a lot of cool stuff that you guys can do with this character out there. This is not the only way to build her. Like I said, this is just a sneak peek for you guys. So that being said, this is Kilphe. She's probably going to be pretty popular. It's going to be a little weird out there because we had a lot of back-to-back-to-back really strong banners in Global from Frivia, which was time limited, in Rain, and then we had Warrior of Light, and then Kilphe and things of that nature. A lot of strong units out there for people to go in after in Venera. So it'll be interesting to see who has kind of saved up. I think the people who we're going to have are going to be the people who knew she was kind of coming out, or the lucky ones out there. Let me know if you were lucky enough to get her down there, down below. Let me know if you got her in that 50 daily pull, that 200 daily pull, got her in a rare summon ticket. I know you people out there love to comment that stuff down there, but let me know how you're building Kilphe, things of that nature. Hopefully you guys are having fun out there, staying safe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care, guys.